Hello, everybody. It's Adam Grumbo. I am here to talk a little bit about this, which is the module surface called a palette, which I got from B&H. I think these are like 500 bucks. I added a couple sliders because I thought I'd use this a bunch. If I look tired, it's because, man, I'm ready for bed, but I got to finish this project. This project is some wildflower picking farm that is here in Texas. Anyways, I want to talk about this panel and how it works. So these are modular, which means you can configure these in any which way that you want to. There are different kinds of modules: a knob, a slider switch, and buttons. This right here is the core, and that gives you an LCD indicator showing you what you're up to. Let me show you how it works. So instead of actually using the Lumetri panel, you can use this here without ever having to open the Lumetri panel. And it comes with this Neato software, which allows you to customize what each slider, button, and knob does. And it automatically knows where you positioned it. Each one of these has a magnetic attachment, so you can configure it any which way you'd like. So as you can see here, I got new sequence, export, render sliders. Let me show you exactly how they do it. I don't like to move the mouse around a whole bunch, so going over here and going to new and sequence and editing up, that's time lost when I could just hit a button here, new sequence, type it up, hit enter, boom. That's going to save me some time. Also, that pain in the butt thing, you know what I'm talking about, finding the warp stabilizer. Now I can just pow, warp stabilizer is applied and it's already analyzing. Totally dig it. One button push, easy to go. But I generally use this for color correcting, and let me show you how that works. This top button I have corresponding to the top slider here, which is our white balance slider. So I can very easily dial in the white balance that I prefer. Down here, next thing is the tint. So if our lighting is a little funky and we want to get it to work, then tint slider right there. Next one down, just like that, exposure. And you can see as I slide it here on the slider, it does take a second for it to respond on this physical interface, or on the software interface. But it works immediately when I actually slide it, which is super. Last down here is the contrast slider. These ones over here, I got saturation and vibrance. These are my most used color correction to minor tweak stuff. So that's why I have it that way. Over here, I got things like shadow, blacks, whites, and things like that that I can adjust. Super cool, super easy. I use this all the time. It's already saving me time. Downside. Since these sliders stay in position when you go from one, let's desaturate this. And now I'm all the way down on this slider. If I go over here, obviously it's still all the way down. There's no way for it to know that this slider is in the down position. That's a good thing, so you don't accidentally color correct or adjust something you didn't want to. But as soon as you move it, of course, ooh, it's all the way at the bottom. So sometimes you go from your midpoint to an extreme when you don't want to. It'd be nice if these things were spring-loaded so that when I pulled on it, it would spring back into position to center point. Since there is no center point, you kind of have to start from wherever the last spot you put. Which is not a huge deal, but it would be a huge deal if they made these things spring-loaded to go back to center point. Nice thing is, it's modular. They could release that and make it work with the next version. What else? These knobs over here, it requires a lot of turning for it to actually register what I'm doing. I might be able to adjust these in the software. You know, I haven't delved deep enough into it to figure it out. Let's look now, actually. Keyboard. I don't think there's a sensitivity option. At least not in here. I'll look it up. It's something that should be there, but it's not. Maybe they'll add it in a future firmware update. Anyways, I hope you learned something, and I do recommend these. They'll speed up your process. You can set these to cut, edit, ripple, delete, go to in point, go to out point, adjust your volume level. There's a lot of things you can do that make it easy to dial. I use it for color correcting because this type of slider works great, whereas a keyboard shortcut for that doesn't really make sense. And I don't have to open up that Lumetri panel. I can stay in the editing mode. And of course, when you stay in the editing mode, your computer actually runs a little bit faster, so that's cool. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope I answered some questions. If you think of any other questions, let me know. I'm going to be sitting here for 18 hours a day. Talk to you soon. Bye.